Do you know the right question to ask yourself to start unlocking the God potential in you? If not, I'm going to share it with you today. Hey, Jason here, and if you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me go through Joburg, with Johannesburg, South Africa, and most importantly, you've been seeing me talk about success, what it is, and how to get it in the three areas of life that I focus on: happiness, health, and wealth. And now, you may be like, if you're new to the channel, you just now stumbled across me, like, oh, who is this guy? How do you know about this? So this is what I'm dedicating my life to now after the passing of my wife last year. So this is all I study, this is all I think about, and this is all I focus on how to improve my life. And I focus on those three areas. And so let's go ahead and dig into it. What is the right questions to ask yourself to start unlocking that God potential within you? Now, this God potential, I call to it and refer to it as downloads. Some people may say visions, things like this. But the reality of it is, every great person in this world that has led to great success, they've unlocked this God power. And one of the ways they did it was asking the right questions. And so what I mean by asking the right questions is, we've all been taught to be a slave through the education system. Now, please listen to me on this before you react. I want you to respond to this video. All of us have been taught how to think inappropriately, how to act inappropriately, and how to ask questions inappropriately. We've all been taught, oh, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Oh, who can help me? Who can help me? Who can help me? Why is this happening to me? These are low vibration questions. Now, if you from school system that I'm used to, it said, oh, they always focused on the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why. And most of those W's don't matter. There's only one that matters. And that one is what. What can I do? What can I do? That is the only question you ever need to ask yourself, and no matter what situation you're going through. What can I do? Even when I, after Cece, after her passing, and she was, and not she, after she passed away, and I went back to the U.S., spread her ashes, everything, I was devastated, yo. I was devastated. I'm not gonna lie to you. We had so many plans for the future. We were getting ready to travel across the U.S. Most people didn't know this. We were going back to the U.S. for a couple of months, and we were just gonna drive all across the United States, see different sites. And then we were going to move to Vietnam and start opening businesses there. Then after that happened, I was like, yo, I can't go to Vietnam. I don't want to be there. I wanted to be there with her. And so I had to ask myself, what do I do next? What can I do? What do I do? And then I had that answer come to me. The answer said, go to South Africa. Go to Johannesburg, South Africa. Where most people are like, oh, why are you here in Johannesburg, South Africa? That download told me to come here, and I listened to it. And not only that, I'm gonna share with you just recently how the download, even how doing these, asking this question of what can I do, how it helped me build a TikTok channel. So if you've been watching the channel, you know last month I had to end up I had to leave the country of South Africa because they called me in like, hey, your visa's ready. Then when I went there, I thought maybe they'd give me the year. Since I have a year lease, I showed I can support myself. I don't need any financial means of the government. And they gave me 5 days, 5 days. And he was like, oh man, they just gave you 5 days. He was like, you need to go back to the US and then you can put in for a longer visa. And I was like, I'm gonna be real with you, man. That don't make any sense for me to invest all of that money going back to a country that I'm never really going back to just to get a longer visa when I'm already here in South Africa. So I was like, there's any other things I can do? He's like, well, you can do border runs. And I was like, okay, cool. So I had 5 days left on my visa. And so I didn't know anything about any other country in this continent. Let's just be real. Like, South Africa is my first country that I've been to in Africa. And I didn't even know what countries was around here. So this is the funny thing. Like, you know, people may be from here, maybe see this and start laughing. They're like, how do you not know? I'm not from this part of the world. We don't learn Africa. We don't learn nothing about here. So I don't know anything about it. I don't know what's safe countries, what's dangerous. I don't know what to expect in any place here. So I just go with an open mind, knowing that that download told me to come to South Africa for a reason. So it's gonna be okay. And so from there, I started asking myself, because at first I got a little angry, like, man, why you didn't just give me a year visa? Like, why are y'all making this difficult? And then I was like, why are you being a victim? They don't owe me nothing. Let's just be real about it. This country don't owe me nothing. This government don't owe me nothing. Immigration don't owe me nothing. And also, I'm like, they just doing their job. I'm sure it's somebody way above them that's making way more money, and they're just like, oh, this. Because usually, if you really look at the inefficiencies in any area, whether it's government, work life, anything, it's someone else controlling it who you will never see. And so I was like, there's no point in being mad at them. And so I was just like, what can I do? And so I just asked myself that for 2 days. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Because going back to the U.S. is not an option. I do not go back. That's one of my life models that I live off of. I don't go back in life. So from that, I had got a download of, hey, see where you can catch the bus to another country. That way you can see the countryside. And then that way you can start learning a little bit more about the different parts of South Africa and other countries as you're busing in. So from there, I ended up looking up bus rides, and I was like, man, these bus rides are really affordable. Yo, I'm talking like $20. And if you're in the U.S. and you rode a Greyhound before, those things are expensive and they're not the safest, in my opinion. Some shady characters be riding those buses in the U.S. And so asked a couple of people that I know out here, and it was like, yeah, the bus systems are really great, man. Like, they're safe, there's no issues, so you can ride them no problem. So then I was like, okay, cool. So I made the decision, I'm gonna do the bus somewhere. So then I was like, okay, what can I do as far as where can I go? So from that area, I'm still taking all the responsibility on me. And so then I was looking and I was like, I don't want to be on a bus for too long. So I was like, let me give myself about an 8-hour window. You know, that should have enough stops in there to stretch your legs so it never gets uncomfortable and you don't want to start getting irritated. So from there, I saw Botswana was like 7 hours away, the border. And so, never been to Botswana, didn't know any city there, don't know anything about it. I started trying to look up some places and there's not much on there. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like not much YouTube videos. I found in Gaborone, and then I saw that there was a young Black American woman that was there a couple of months ago, and it looked like she had a great experience. And so from that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Gaborone, Botswana, never been. So about a week before I went there, I had another download that said, cause kept asking myself, what can I do to be better at internet marketing? What can I do to be better at branding myself? They said, hey, go into TikTok. If you know me, you know I was always against TikTok, especially when I was in Colombia, because it's more a sexually regulated algorithm. So like, you need to be on there with half naked or dancing, doing silly stuff, which isn't me. So I started doing my TikTok and then got the Botswana, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna document everything I do in Gaborone through TikTok. And I shit you not, I grew a following of over 4,400 people, I believe, in a week. Like, listen to me here. I grew a following from 0 to 4,400 in a week. And it was because I kept asking the right questions. What can I do? What can I do? And you have to ask yourself these questions too in your life. If you're dealing with a financial situation, you got to ask yourself, what can I do? If you're dealing with bad health, what can I do? If there's a relationship you want, you have to ask yourself, what can I do to get it? You have to start asking the right questions. And we've never been taught this in the school system. No one wants a slave to be independent. This is the reason why every country I go to, they keep saying the solution to the economic problems of poverty is people need to get a better education to get a better job. There's not a such thing as being a better slave. Like, please hear me on that. We're talking about from the US all the way to the poorest countries you can go to. Their only solution is get a better education and get a better job. It's bullshit. We've been through 3-4 generations of people trying to get better educations to get better jobs. And guess what happens? Most of these people are ending up broke, working a job that they don't even want to do. They're miserable in life, and they're just in financial ruin. And it's because that does not work. Getting a job does not earn money. Getting a job is trading your time for a paycheck. And no one is going to ever pay you what you're worth. If you talk to any entrepreneur in today's era, 2023, and if you ask them, how did you get started? They're going to start saying, I started trying to figure out what I can do to earn more money. And they went to the internet because the internet gave them an unlimited traffic potential. And it also gave them unlimited earning potential because they're able to help so many people by solving problems. We have to change the way we think, guys. Like, please hear me on this. Like, this download was so profound. When I had it, I knew, I was like, yo, I have to do this video. I have to do this early because I don't want to forget anything. Because once you start asking the right questions, you're changing your frequency. The reason why we're not getting the answers to all our problems is because we're asking low vibration questions, which is low frequency responses. Low frequency responses such as get a payday loan. Oh, see if you can borrow money from someone. It's always leading you back to someone needs to save me. No one is putting on a cape and coming to save you. The last time I tried to save someone was with CC dying next to me. Now, I was in the military. I know CPR. I know all of these things, man. And I still couldn't save her. The one damn time I wanted to put on a cape to help the person that I love the most, and that cape wouldn't work. No one is going to come save you. Please listen to me on this. No one is going to come save you. You have to design your life for yourself. You have to make yourself in the image of who you want to be. And the way by doing that is asking higher vibration questions to yourself. All the unlimited potential is within you. All the unlimited potential is within you. And you can only unlock it by using the right keys. The keys of victimhood will never get us to the successfulness that we want. So like right now I'm reading a book by Richard Koch. Koch, I don't know how to say his name. Unreasonable Success and How to Achieve It. He's analyzing 20 people in human history that reached unreasonable amounts of success. People like Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, all of that. He's going back to even more biblical figures like Paul. And he's showing the first thing they started doing was getting self-belief by asking the right questions. They stopped asking what someone else can do for them or how can I do this, expecting someone to show them. And they started asking, what can I do? What can I do? So today, like my challenge to you is just start asking yourself when any issue come up, what can I do? And if you do this, let me know how it goes for you in the comments below. And I'm telling you, you start doing this, especially on a daily basis, you're gonna start seeing your life quantum leap to other levels that you never knew existed. And so hope you got some value from this. Hope you like this video. Hit the like button if you do. Subscribe to the channel so you can see more of this, especially when I get these downloads. And also share this video if you know someone who could use this content to better their lives. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.